Are you looking to increase your spare shooting percentage? I have a system that I use and many people use that I'm going to share with you that's very simple to learn and will help you increase your scores on the lanes coming up next. Okay guys, I've said it before, spares are so important, and today I wanted to share a little bit on a spare shooting system. You might be familiar with it, the 369 system that I use and so many other people use to be successful in shooting spares. This is something that you should be confident with and visualize, and I want to know if you have a system that you like or if you're looking to increase your spare shooting percentage. Okay, so this is a two-part video. The first part is going to focus on the left side of the lane spares, okay? So this is for right-handed bowlers. If you're left-handed, just go ahead and do a mirror image and flip the instructions to the other side of the lane that I'm talking about. Okay, so I use a zone system when I teach this, zones 1 through 7. You can see that here, and you can see that each column of pins makes a zone. Today we're going to focus on zones 1 through 4, starting with zone 4. This is assuming, guys, that you are lined up, for your strike shot, that you know where your feet should be and where your eyes should be looking. Now I'm curious, where do you look on the lanes? I like to look at the arrows, which is 15 feet from the foul line. A lot of people tell me, oh, I look at the pins, but did you realize that the pins are 60 feet away? It's kind of an optical illusion how far away they are. So I like to look a little closer. I teach looking at the arrows preferably, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, now this can work for if you hook the ball on the left side as a right-handed bowler, or if you throw it straight. A lot of the pros throw it straight. A lot of people throwing on typical league shots or house shots that have a little bit more leeway like to hook at the left side. It's really your preference, and this system works for both. So we're first going to talk about zone 4. This is the 1 pin or the head pin and the 5 pin. And my recommendation is line up for your strike shot and throw the ball like you would for your strike shot. The next zone is zone 3, and this is the 2 pin and or the 8 pin. Sometimes we leave them both together. They call that double wood, right? You want to make sure you don't forget about that sleeper, that 8 pin behind it. And sometimes we leave the 2 pin, sometimes we leave the 8 pin. And this is how I stand for both. Line up for your strike shot and then move your feet 3 boards to the right as a right-handed bowler, and your eyes will move 2 to 3 boards left or half of an arrow left from where you are looking on the lanes for your strike shot. And that's how you can make the 2 and or the 8 pin. As a side note, if you leave them both together, often it's a little bit easier if you do hook at them. Otherwise, you have to go dead on that 2 pin to knock them both down. Okay, so zone 2 is the 4 pin. As a side note, if you're leaving 4 pins, that could be the lanes telling you, be careful because you might split and go high on the next shot. So if you're leaving 4 pins, that's a little bit of a note from the lanes on what you might want to do in the next shot if you threw it well. If you're shooting at zone 2, the 4 pin, what you're going to do, remember we're in the 369 system. So we moved 3 boards for the last zone, but this zone we're going to move an additional 3 boards, a total of 6 off of our strike shot for zone number 2. Your eyes will do exactly what it just did for zone 3. To look at the strike shot and where you're looking on the lanes and move your eyes 2 to 3 boards to the left or half of an arrow left and throw it over that new mark like you would as a strike shot. For the last zone that we're going to talk about today, that's zone 1, that is the 7 pin. If you leave that corner pin on the left-hand side for the right-handed bowler, we're in the 369 system. So we're going to line up for our strike shot and move our feet 3, 6, a total of 9 boards to the right. I like to angle my feet a little bit towards that pin. In general, I like to angle my feet and my body facing the direction of my target. And I look on the lanes exactly how I did in the last 2 zones. I find my strike spot on the lanes, and then I move my eyes only 2 to 3 boards or half of an arrow to the left. And on that new target, I throw my ball just as I would for a strike shot. So there you have it, guys. That is zones 1 through 4. Stay tuned for the next video that I'm going to do on zones 5, 6, and 7. And today I would love to hear from you what you use for your spare shooting system, if you have a system, if this is all kind of new to you, and if you're using the system, how it's worked for you. If you got something from this video, guys, I'd love for you to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon if you'd like to see more bowling tips and tricks. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Thanks.